Well, welcome back. We are here with Miss Hillary Hucks, and we're talking about divorce and alimony. And right now we're answering all of you all's questions. So we'll go ahead and resume. So here's the next one. I have custody of my daughter, and I want to go back to court to petition for child support, but the divorce was done in Georgia 6 years ago. Can I change it to North Carolina since we have been living here for 6 years now, or do I have to keep going back to Georgia?
Yeah, you probably don't need to keep going back to Georgia. If you've never had a child support order, there's nothing to move up here. So you can absolutely initiate a brand new case for child support in North Carolina.
Next question is, what if your ex-daughter-in-law won't let you see or keep your grandchildren overnight? My son is okay with me keeping them. Is that legal?
It is legal. I'm gonna assume they don't have any kind of custody order. That's what it sounds like to me. Um, each parent can do what they want with their custodial time. So certainly when the son has the kids, he can let them spend the night with grandma or, whoever he wants, really. But mom can do the same and she can say no. If she wants that time guaranteed and there's some kind of existing custody action, then what she would need to do is intervene in that custody action and ask for visitation. If there's not one already existing, then her son could initiate one.
The next question is, will sleeping in separate rooms in the same house be a legal separation? If you leave the house for the purpose of separation, will the house default to the person who stays there?
No and no. I get that question a lot about, oh, I moved out of the master bedroom. We're separated, right? No. It's got to be two separate residences, completely separate. No, the house will not default to whoever remains there, although they might have a little bit of a leg up in terms of property division, just because they're the one in the house to take pictures of the items of personal property, that sort of thing. So you might be at a little bit of an advantage if you stay.
Next question is North Carolina a common law marriage state?
No. So I think they're referring to like some states, if you're together and you live together for 7 years, you're common law married. I think South Carolina is one of them. Don't quote me on that. North Carolina is not. We recognize them from other states, but it doesn't happen here.
What is the average cost of a divorce and who is responsible?
So if they're talking about just an absolute divorce, that's a really, really simple proceeding. I would say most family law attorneys do that flat fee, and it's fairly minimal. Call, ask around, but it's fairly minimal. Now, if you have all kinds of issues about custody, property division, alimony, I would say the vast majority of family law attorneys are going to charge you on an hourly basis because we just don't know how much time and effort it's going to take. But it can go up to the tens of thousands, just depending on how long we're spending, how complicated it is. I wouldn't say that there's necessarily an average. It's really fact specific. So it's something that, sit down, meet with someone and ask them those questions, and hopefully they'd be able to give you a little bit more specific information on that.
Perfect. Well, Hillary, thank you so much for joining us today. That was all the questions we were able to get to, but you can catch this entire conversation on WFNYnews2.com.